So, unless you've been living under a rock, the Wild Blood update is coming out in exactly 4 days, so October 16th. And with it is coming a lot of changes that I'm sure most of you have already seen. We got tracking, awakened weapons, potions, cooldown reduction nerfs, Sage. We're going to be breaking down this video up in chapters, so if you need to reference any of these tips on the fly, I've got you covered. If any of you find these tips at all informative or helpful, consider dropping a sub. If there's something that I missed and you're wondering how on earth I missed it, consider dropping it in the comments. But here are my 5 tips that you definitely missed about the update. Starting with the first tip, which is really kind of 2 tips in one. So awakening your weapon drastically increases its mana cost, and subsequently increases the mana cost the more you refine it. So the stronger you want your weapon, the more mana it's going to cost. However, when you shift into your animal form, your mana regeneration is insanely higher. So balancing your human and animal form really is going to be a skill of attrition. The difference between, like an average shapeshifter and your pro is going to be who utilizes their mana pool the most efficiently. But now, let's say, for example, you want to awaken a regular weapon. Your mana costs are going to be also super high, and it's not a shape-shifting weapon, so you can't just shape-shift and get all your mana back. So this is going to tie into tip number 2. So energy potions. So now from tip 1, if you're using that same exact example, and you're using a awakened claymore, for instance, rib claymore, your mana costs are going to be so high that energy potions are going to be a must in order to sustain yourself. But it's not just the mana. Energy potions now actually increase your cooldown reduction speed. Or in other words, energy potions now decrease your cooldowns instantly by a couple seconds. And it might not sound like a lot, but that really makes like super unviable kits a lot more viable. It helps you get your E ability faster. Helps you get your assassin jackets faster. Cooldown reduction food getting a serious nerf this patch. Cooldown reduction potion is going to be so good. So don't pass up the opportunity that an energy potion might actually be your go-to, especially if you are playing a high cooldown reduction dependent build, and if you really want your mobility spells to come up a lot sooner. So tip number 3, this is a small tip, but I'm sure you missed it. Mending wounds now actually lets you walk. And you do this cool little bandage animation. It's pretty wicked. Something that people might not know is that you can't actually do mending wounds when you are in combat, but now you can actually mend wounds, walk past something that would initiate combat with you, and it does not interrupt your mending wounds, and you still get to heal, which is pretty nice and wicked. Tip on tip, you can actually pair this with your boots now, so you can run at Sanic speeds and still heal, which is super useful if you're really big into PvE, or if you need a little bit extra health and mana when you're clearing your corrupted dungeons. So tip number 4, and this is a big one. Armor buffs persist through shapeshifting, allowing you to cast something like soldier armor or face scale robe before you transform, so that you can use their benefits in your animal form. So you can actually stack your soldier armor and then transform into like a bear, for example, and you can be tanky while also doing insane amount of damage. Or you can even couple like face scale robe, allowing for some super big burst or extra survivability. Something that you might also not know is that you can actually use potions and your boots before you transform, allowing you to either run really quick, or if you want to drink something like a Giga Potion, allowing you to keep that insane health even when you transform, which is super useful for something like Bat. Keep in mind when you are transforming, you are adopting entirely different stats. So if you are in human form and then transforming into a golem, the golem is going to be a lot tankier, has more armor, has more resistances, and then same vice versa. If you're transforming into a bat, you're incredibly squishy. So a Gigapot drink before you turn into a bat can allow you to not take so much damage. That, or you can even take something like a Berserk Potion and go full glass cannon and completely one-shot your opponents. Small bonus tip, by the way, your capes cannot proc while you are transformed, so if you're low HP and you have an undead cape, you are going to need to turn back into human form and take another instance of damage before your cape can proc. Now, this is our last and final 5th tip, the cleansing potion. So everyone knows that tracking is going to be a Black Zone exclusive activity, which means you're going to get ganked a lot, and not just by 1 to 3 players. Let's be honest, it's going to be like 5 to 10. So if you want to survive, you're going to have to be using a cleansing potion as much as possible. If you do get caught, this new potion is going to be your best friend. To go over its stats completely, the cleansing potion cleanses all damage over time effects, crowd control effects, and debuffs, and you can use it while stunned or silenced. And it gives you bonus immunity for 4 seconds after you drink it. Like, guys, read that again. Damage over time. Curse staffs are dead. So you can see here in this example, I got someone to help me out. And sure, like, yeah, you can use this to escape gankers, but check this out. It completely removes curse stacks. How insane is that? If you're going in the mists now and you're tired of those curse rats, go ahead and just bring yourself one of these potions and you should be completely fine. Imagine coupling this with a guardian helmet. The curse is never gonna have any stacks on you ever. You should never die to a curse staff ever again. Now guys, these have been my top 5 best tips that you might not know about the Wild Blood update that's coming out exactly on October 16th. If you enjoyed this video and learned anything new, please drop a like and a sub if you're not already subbed. And if you think there is anything that I missed, something super urgent, game-breaking, mind-boggling, you have no idea how I missed it, go ahead and put it down in the comments for everybody to read. Quick reminder, we are doing a 10 mil giveaway once we hit 500 subs on the channel. We are currently at 450, so if you guys would like to participate for that giveaway, go ahead and join my Discord down in the description, and we will be announcing the winner there once we hit our goal. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.